Turning now to breaking news, a federal judge just sentenced former Pilot Flying J President Mark Hazelwood to 12.5 years in prison. Hazelwood must also pay a $750,000 fine. A jury back in February convicted Hazelwood of 3 counts, including conspiracy to cheat some pilot trucking customers of promised rebates. The judge is allowing Hazelwood to remain on bond until the end of November. That means he can stay with his family through Thanksgiving, but he will have to be monitored and report to authorities regularly. The judge told Hazelwood he was the prime leader of the conspiracy and said Hazelwood took advantage of pilots' resources to make the scheme work.
We are on the verge